Sun going down. It's a beautiful day today, February. Unbelievable. It's never this warm in February. Been doing some work out in the yard here. Went to the park with the kids, grandkids. And I'm sitting out here making this last video. Now, I'll make it real quick. Religion. But first I want to talk about Gaddafi. Now, everybody remembers Gaddafi. Everybody, well, most people. If you're staying with my videos, you know what's going on. If you don't, then you don't. And probably nobody watches my videos because nobody knows what's going on. But when Gaddafi was killed, you know, when Hillary was on TV saying, oh, we saw him and we found him and we killed him. Ha! Nah, Hillary, you old bitch. She ought to go to jail for that. Now, when they murdered Gaddafi, before they murdered Gaddafi, Gaddafi said, look, you murder me, you take me out, you're going to have immigrants flooding out of Africa. Flooding. Gaddafi said that. So Hillary goes over there, kills him, and that was a whole debacle too, you guys. The people that we sent over there to kill Gaddafi, the ISIS people we created, they were so fucked up, they were chewing that cat. Plus they were high on pharmaceuticals and every goddamn thing they could get their hands on to get high. Now these are real Muslims, right? You're not supposed to get high, but they stay high all the time. They don't have a time where they're sober. They were so fucked up that we had to bomb a 20-mile wide path to Tripoli because they were such idiots they couldn't find Tripoli. They were such idiots. We bombed a goddamn 20-mile wide path with our jet bombers so they could go into Tripoli and kill Gaddafi. And they killed him. And the reason they killed Gaddafi, I mean, he was a good guy, man. I mean, he was keeping that country. Maybe he did some bad things, but look, all politicians do bad things. But he was keeping that country together. Also, what happened? What did Gaddafi do? He tapped into the Nubian aquifer. That was a big no-no, because that's the only fresh water that's going to be left in the world after this nuclear war. And guess who wants that? Israel, because it's right by Israel. It goes through Egypt, Libya, Sudan, and they think part of the Sinai Desert, actually, just a little ways from South Israel. And they could tap right into that baby with some sideway drilling. But anyway, if you don't know about the Nubian aquifer, you should learn about it. It's very interesting. Gaddafi had tapped into the Nubian aquifer. And he knew that as soon as he tapped into that and got that water system going, he was greening Africa. He was going to have jobs. He was going to create food and commerce. And he was going to green Africa, and he was going to put people to work and feed them. But we went over there and bombed the shit. It was called the eighth wonder of the world, as a matter of fact. And when he had that thing only 75% operational, it was a beautiful thing. You could get photographs from space of the desert becoming green and him growing food and giving people jobs and taking care of his people. Free water, free, pure, clean water. And guess what? We bombed the shit out of that pipeline. And it ain't working to this day. It still does not work. They have no water over there. Still to this day. It's chaos. We killed Gaddafi because he tapped in that water system. And plus he was thinking about taking other currencies for his oil. But of course, none of that ever happened. And now the oil fields are basically not even operating. And the people are in chaos. They're starving. They're thirsty. And they got nothing. And guess what? The immigrants are flooding out of fucking Africa, just like he said. Now, you know the way I feel about it? They're burning down France. They're burning down the Netherlands. They're burning down all these countries. Britain is being taken over. Look, you did it. We killed Gaddafi, and he told you they were going to be flooding out of Africa, and he was right. And look, they are. They're coming here. And they're still raping boys. They're still raping people. France is on fire. They said that one of their Muslim buddies there got raped by some officers, or they didn't really rape him. I think they just stuck something up their ass. No telling what this guy did. It didn't say what the crime was that he did to make these officers angry enough to attack him. But he did something. That's not in the news. Only in the news is these officers did this to him, and they ought to be punished. This guy could have raped a little boy, a little baby. We don't know. We don't know what the hell he did. Maybe they were just giving him some of his own medicine, you know. They get tired of it. I think we're just going to have to deal with it. We're just going to have to deal with it. And it is going to be a civil war. Because these people have to identify. When they come over in a group, they have to identify with something to give them a character. To be part of a group, that's what people want. And the only thing they have in common is this Islam shit. Even though, like I said before, most of these Islamic people, they have never read one fucking word of the Quran, have never been on a prayer rug. You know, they don't know anything about it. All they do is say, I'm Muslim and fuck you, and I'll kick your Christian ass, we're going to take over the world. They don't know anything about the religion. And, you know, every religion is like that, but there's going to be a civil war. And it's going to be these Christian zealots against these Muslim zealots. I say we just put the zealots in a big cage and let them fight it out. And the rest of us just have peace. But it won't happen that way. Man, the war drums they're pounding. They're pounding. And it's just only a matter of time before that nuke drops. Look, you don't make a bunch of nuclear bombs and say we're not going to use them. We got 50,000 nuclear bombs in the whole world, just guarantee peace. Right. Right. That's going to guarantee peace, all right.